Hello, my name is Maxine Wigfall. Today I'm going to tell you how to use the Pythagorean Theorem to solve right triangles. I'm going to show you the video and then you will understand what the Pythagorean Theorem, which states that a squared plus b squared equals c squared, really means and how it works. Before we do it, I need you to know that the theorem only uses right triangles. So if the triangle is not a right triangle, the theorem cannot solve it. You will know that a triangle is a right triangle because you will see a box, a square box in the corner of the triangle, as in all of these triangles. The square box indicates that the two sides that are joined around the box form a 90-degree angle. The Pythagorean theorem says that a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. The Pythagorean theorem identifies the sides of the triangle as a and b, and the theorem calls them legs. So in this triangle, the legs are A and B. And then there is a third side to every triangle. And on the right triangle, the third side is called the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is identified as side C, and it is always across the triangle from the right angle. It never adjoins, touches the right angle. So we have sides A and B, and then we have the hypotenuse, which is the longest side. We have side A and B and the hypotenuse, the longest side. Sometimes we can have an isosceles triangle where two of the sides are the same. So you can still use the theorem a squared plus b squared equals c squared, where a and b are the exact same number. It doesn't matter how we turn the triangle. We can have the right angle at the bottom, at the top, on the side, on the other side, or any place. As long as it's a right triangle, we'll have the right angle and we'll have the hypotenuse across from it. And now that you know some preliminary information about the Pythagorean theorem, you can see how to solve it. This problem asks us the question, what is the length of the hypotenuse? We see that this is a right triangle because the box square in the corner indicates that the triangle is a right triangle. We are given that side A is equal to 3 yards and side B is equal to 4 yards. And we can see that the hypotenuse C is the longest side. It is important to remember that the Pythagorean theorem states that a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared, where a and b are the legs and c is the hypotenuse. Use the Pythagorean theorem with a equals 3 and b equals 4, and that's how we will solve it. So we should write the Pythagorean theorem down and then plug in the values for a and b. Since a is 3 and b is 4, we plug them in. 3 squared and 4 squared. So 3 squared is 9 and 4 squared is 16. So 9 plus 16 is 25, gives us c squared is equal to 25. This is the point where some people would think they had finished the problem, but not you. C squared equals 25 is not telling me what the hypotenuse is, because the hypotenuse is not c squared, it is c. So we must get rid of the square by doing the opposite. Whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other. So since squaring and square roots undo each other, then we do the square root on both sides. So the square root of 25 is 5, and the square root of c squared is c. And now we know that c is equal to 5, which leads us to understand that the length of the hypotenuse is 5 yards. When you ask for the length, you can't just say that it's 5. We have to define the type of measure. Because it was measured in yards, it is 5 yards. The end. Thank you for watching this video about the Pythagorean theorem. This video was on difficulty level 1. However, the problems can be more complicated, so I have created other videos for levels 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you can do the levels 2, 3, 4, and 5 difficulty in 2 videos. To get more practice, you can go to this wonderful program that I use called iExcel. In iExcel, in level K, skill F.16, you can get lots of practice in solving the Pythagorean theorem. Thank you. I hope you go and enjoy the next difficulty levels of this type of problem.